Today I want to talk about Skyrim. I've got some uncut gameplay of Skyrim here. I'm not really going to cut it or mess with it too much. I just kind of want to talk about this game, just kind of sit down, give my raw personal opinions or something like that in the game. I don't fucking know. So yeah, I just kind of want to start off here by talking about what's been in my mind as of recently, which is Skyrim, and Skyrim being one of the most and long-running relevant games, even in today's standards. 6 years after the release, this game is still relevant pretty much everywhere. I constantly see YouTube videos about it, I hear it online and different things. This game is still extremely relevant even in today's standards, which just shows if you make a game right and you make a game good and filled with good content, it can stay relevant for a fucking long time. And not to mention Bethesda putting out content pretty much, or not content, but putting out new versions of this game on loads of different platforms. We've got the original Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 versions, as well as PC. Then we got a new special edition, which was on PC as well, on Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Then we got a Nintendo Switch version, which is the version I'm playing at the moment, which is awesome. Take Skyrim on the go. A game like Skyrim, how big this game is on the go, and even better graphics, a bit better graphics than the original Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 versions. That is insane, absolutely insane to have a game this big on the go. It's kind of insane. I was actually watching a video, a Game Ranks video, about 10 craziest things Skyrim players have done. And in that video, I was looking through the comment section, and one of the comments on that video was the craziest thing a Skyrim player can do is 100%ing Skyrim. And I was just thinking there when I saw that comment, has anyone ever actually 100%ed Skyrim? Like seriously, has anyone actually 100%ed everything in the game? Because I would swear that would take well over at least 1,000 hours. And if you haven't played Skyrim, you're probably thinking I'm over exaggerating, but really I am not. The amount of content in this game, and I was actually just going through a dungeon, and it took me like 2 hours just to get through this one dungeon. Yeah, okay, maybe people are thinking you're kind of stupid taking 2 hours to get through a dungeon, but the way I go through dungeons is I look through every single little barrel and urn or whatever them things are called to find loose gold and different things in chests, and I just look through pretty much everything to get as much loot as I possibly can out of that dungeon. So it takes me a long ass time just to complete one dungeon, but I think the amount of content that's in this game, the amount of dungeons and dragons and enemies and shit, there is so many quests and shit for you to do to 100% this game. You get every single gear to level up every single thing, do all the quests, do everything that you possibly can within this game. It would take well over 1,000 hours easily, if not way more than that. The amount of content in this game is insane. It is absolutely crazy, the amount of content that it was in this game, and I'm actually kind of confused to how Bethesda actually made this game. How the fuck did they get a game like this running on the original Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3? Granted, the graphics aren't the greatest, but the game has so much content that I'm kind of confused. How the hell did they fit all this shit on a system like that? But yeah, the more I play this game, the more I continue to look through dungeons and different things, the more I see how big this game really is. And the more I question, as I said, how did they fit this game on them systems? How did they get this game running? How the hell did they get this game running on the Nintendo Switch? I am so confused by that. A game this big with this much shit in it. It's insane. Like, I have no idea. I believe there was like, I think I looked up online, there was like roughly 50 people working on the game. How the hell did they build a game with 50 people working on it? Like, the amount of content and shit in this game must have took ages. Now granted, some people say that the dungeons are kind of repetitive, which I do not think they are repetitive at all. I think they are masterpieces of crafting, and just they're different. So they are. Every single dungeon is different and unique. At least it feels like that to me. A lot of people I've heard have said that the dungeons are very repetitive. They feel like the same thing. To me, they feel extremely different in so many ways. There's so many different things, and yeah, some aspects are reused, such as like the claw things where you place in, you have to get the right code to open the thing, and then you generally fight a bad guy, and then you go up to a wall, get a shout or something like that. And yeah, there is a couple of dungeons that's like that, the same, but overall there's a good variety within different dungeons. I just found a dungeon, the dungeon I went through in this like castle area, and it was like a miner thing. There was loads of iron ingots, which is really helping me because I'm trying to level up my smithing at the moment, and I didn't have enough iron. I just found a shit ton of iron ingots in that place, so it's really helped me at the moment. The dungeons are unique in this game, at least I feel as though, and I feel as though there's enough variety in this game to make it feel unique and interesting and keep you engaged in the game. And the combat is actually surprisingly good. Like, a lot of people may hate on the combat in Skyrim, but the one thing I've noticed is the combat is actually kind of deep. Now, granted, it's not on the level of like Witcher 3 or anything. The Witcher 3 is really the only game that I can think of that has deep combat. I don't even know if that has that deep of content or combat. Yeah, but Skyrim has pretty good combat. Like, it actually really does. What I was trying to do is there was like a load of guys coming after me. There was like 5, 6, 7 guys coming after me, and they were all pretty powerful, so they were. And granted, I had some powerful gear. Like, I have full ebony armor and everything, and I just found this new sword called the Dawnbreaker, which is so fucking cool. It is so sick. I stumbled across this quest, which I'm not going to spoil the quest for anyone that hasn't done it. If you want to look up how to find the quest or how to do it, just look it up on YouTube, how to get Dawnbreaker Skyrim. But yeah, I stumbled across this quest and it was so cool. I remember getting the Dawnbreaker at the end. I did not expect to get that. On my first playthrough of this game on the Xbox 360, I never came across that. I never found that quest. I believe I never did. I believe I found something to do with the quest. Like, I might have found like one part to do with it, but I never actually fully did the quest. And it was such a big shock to me. I was like, holy shit, look at this sword that I just got. This thing looks fucking sick. And it is them moments that Skyrim creates that no other game really gives you. I have not gotten this experience in any other game. It's just such a memorable moment getting that, and it feels so rewarding that I haven't got that feeling from pretty much any other game. And that is something that I think Skyrim does so well, probably better than any other game out there in the market. I think Skyrim is a masterpiece upon masterpieces. It just keeps delivering more and more shit, and it's kind of insane what this game has done. I seriously am excited to see what Bethesda is going to do for the Elder Scrolls 6, whatever that game is going to be called. I seriously have extremely high expectations for that game, and I'm kind of worried about that because creating a game as big as Skyrim, having such high expectations for it, because of course there is going to be high expectations for the next game if the first game before that was so good, I'm going to have extremely high expectations for this, but I'm afraid the game is going to let me down. I think Bethesda is going to create a good game, and they generally do, like within the Fallout series and stuff. Bethesda generally does create good games, but I have a feeling that this game just might not be on the level as I expected, which is kind of worrying me. The one thing I can say to Bethesda is take your time with the game and just make sure the game's good. And so far, they seem to be taking their time with it. From what I've heard, from what they've said so far, I believe, they've said that they haven't even started development on the game yet, which is kind of funny. Like, Skyrim came out 6 years ago, and they haven't started development on the next Elder Scrolls game, which is kind of insane. But I think they're just trying to milk Skyrim as much as they can, and just try to get as much shit and as much money as they possibly can out of it, which, you know, fair to them. They've made a fucking outstanding game that, you know, I don't mind giving my money to them. I really don't. This is one of the games and one of the developers that I really don't care. Take my money, just take it. I don't give a shit. I really don't, because this game has made me, give me so many good moments in gaming that no other game and no other franchise has done for me, that I'm seriously excited for the next Elder Scrolls. This isn't like an Elder Scrolls 6, what can we expect type of video, but I just want to mention that I can't wait for the next game. I'm hoping it's going to be good. I do have very high expectations, and like a lot of other people do, I hope the game doesn't let me down. I hope it's good. I definitely think it will be good, but I'm just kind of afraid that the game's not going to be as good as I expected. Anyway guys, that's pretty much all I have to say in this video, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and yeah, I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.